Yes, good morning to my dear friends, and also welcome to electronics online classes. Look here, in the previous class, we are discussing about so important type of amplifier, that is nothing but our two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Yesterday I said you are studying about multi-stage amplifiers, and in that multi-stage amplifiers we have completed the two-stage RC coupled amplifier, and today we'll go for another type of multi-stage amplifier, that is nothing but two-stage direct coupled amplifier. Today we'll go for the two-stage direct coupled amplifier. And once again, we can recall what we studied in the last class. Look here, whenever you want the more gain, in that time we are going for the multi-stage amplifiers, because if you use single stage, it is gain is not enough to drive your load. It may be loudspeaker or it may be any motors. That's why we prefer the multi-stage amplifiers. And in that multi-stage amplifiers, already you have studied about two types of multi-stage amplifiers. That is, yesterday I said about cascaded and cascoded multi-stage amplifiers. But we are having syllabus is only for the cascaded multi-stage amplifiers. As I said already, in cascaded you are using the same type of amplifier, also you are using the same type of coupling in between the two stages. And also you have studied about the different types of coupling. It may be the RC coupled, or it may be transport coupled, or it may be direct coupled. And yesterday we already discussed about in detail about construction and working and also frequency response of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. Look here in that, what is the importance of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier? Yesterday I said already, you are using the two stages. It means you are using the two C amplifiers. You are using the two C amplifiers, and because you are studying about the RC coupled, it means the first stage output acts for the input for the next stage. It means in between you are using the R and C to couple the output of first stage, the input of the next stage. That's what is called as RC coupled. It means you are applying only input to the first stage. Directly you are not applying input to the second stage, but only you are applying the input to the first stage. And if you apply the input to the first stage, that will be amplified, and amplified output will get from the connector of the first stage, and that output acts for the input for the next stage. And by using the R and C components, we can give it to the R and C. By using R and C, can couple or can give it to the output of the one stage to the input of the next stage. And as I said, you people, actually in your RC coupled amplifier, you have done the two types amplification. You have done the two types amplification. That's why you are having the input and output in the same phase. That's why input or output in the same phase. Only you are increasing the strength of the signal. You are increasing the strength of the signal. That is, and also as I said, you people already have studied about in detail about C amplifier. Once again, you are using the two types of C amplifier. And another important thing, especially about your why we giving more importance to the RC coupled amplifier two stage, because whenever we want it is good frequency response for the audio frequency. Why we prefer the RC coupled amplifier? Because of it's having the good frequency response for the audio frequency, and also we are having the, as compared to the other remaining coupling methods, we are having the more gain. Compared to the transfer coupled or direct coupled, we are having the more gain for the your RC coupled amplifier. And also as I said, it is having very low distortion. Distortions are very less, and these are, and also as yesterday I said about, it is very compact in size, lightweight, and it will take very small space. It is very not costly, very cheap. These are the advantages of your RC coupled amplifier. And also I said about what are the disadvantages of your RC coupled amplifier. The one most important disadvantage about the impedance matching is very poor. The impedance matching very poor, and also it's not used for the low frequency signal. It is not possible to amplify the low frequency signal. And finally, as I said to people, it is having the more noise as well as aging effect. It is having the more noise and also aging effect. Also, they are having more power dissipation. These are the your disadvantages of your RC coupled amplifier. And finally, what are the applications? What are the applications? Especially I said about in your radio receiver or your TV receiver or your public address system, where you want the audio frequency amplification, we are going further using about this RC coupled two-stage amplifier. And yesterday I said about also frequency response. As we know, the low frequency and high frequency, the gain will reduces, but only in the mid-band the voltage gain will be constant. This is about yesterday's class, and today we go for another one type of maybe today's lecture is about 15. Lecture number 15. We are going for the direct coupled. We are going for the direct coupled. Direct coupled amplifier. Today we go for the direct coupled two-stage amplifier. We are going for the direct coupled two-stage amplifier. Before that, what is the necessity of your direct coupled amplifier? It is also called as, it is also called as DC amplifier. It is also called as DC amplifier. Look here, you have studied already about the RC coupled amplifier. It is only used for the audio frequency. And also you have studied about transformer coupled amplifier. Especially you have studied about in power amplifiers. You have studied about class B push pull amplifier. There you have studied about the transformer coupled amplifier, and that is used for high frequency. What about low frequency? It means if you want the amplification of high frequency, you are using the class B push pull amplifier. If you are going for the audio frequency, if you want to increase the frequency of audio frequency amplification, you are using about your RC coupled. What about low frequency? If you want to increase the low frequency signal, which type of amplifier are you using? If you want to increase the low frequency, or if you want to increase the DC signal also, if you want to amplify the DC signals, or if you want to amplify the low frequency signals, which amplifier you are using? That is something called the direct coupled amplifier. The direct coupled amplifier, it is used for the amplification low frequency signal as well as the DC signals. The most important thing about direct coupled amplifier, it is used for the low frequency amplification. Also, it is used for the DC signals. If you want to amplify the DC signals, we are going for the, we are using about the direct coupled amplifiers. And actually, in this direct coupled amplifier, the most important thing, we are not using any coupling or bypass capacitors. In your direct coupled amplifier, we are not using any capacitor. It may be bypass capacitor, or it may be your coupling capacitor, it may be your transit capacitance, or it may be wiring. You are not using overall capacitors, and also you are not using about transformers. It means why it is called direct coupled. We are not using any capacitors, we are not using any transformers. It means the first stage output acts for the input for next stage. That is nothing but directly. We are giving directly the output to the input. We are not using any capacitor, you are not using any transformers in between the two stages. If you use R and C, that is RC coupled. If you use transformer in between, that is transformer coupled. But direct coupled nothing but you are not using your passive components. It may be you are not using any your transformer or your capacitors. Directly you are connecting output of a stage acts as input next stage, that is connecting directly, or can use directly on wire. We are not using any in between the any components. That's why it is called as direct coupled. And give me as a question, sir, why you are not using the capacitors or your transformers? No doubt resistor is there. In every amplifier circuit, resistor is there. But you are not using the capacitor, you are not using the transformers. And why you are not using the capacitor or why you are not using the transformers? As we know, as I said, it is used for the low frequency. It is used for the low frequency amplification. And if you use the capacitor or your transformer low frequency, their size is very big for low frequency. If you use the capacitor or transformer for the low frequency, their size is very big. That's why you are not using the capacitor or your transformer for the low frequency amplification of the signals. But in your direct coupled amplifier, you are not using capacitors or your transformers. And why you are not using transformers and capacitors? Because if you use for the low frequency, their size is very big, and that is not possible to construct an amplifier by using very big capacitors or your big transformers. Or you can say about if you use very large capacitance value. If you use large capacitor, their size is very big. If it is very big in size of a capacitor or a transformer, it is not possible to construct in ICs. That's why we prefer or you are going for the direct coupled amplifier. And now we'll go for the construction and working as well as the study about the frequency response of your direct coupled two-stage amplifier. We are going for the two-stage. We are going for the two-stage direct coupled amplifier. Look here, as I said to people, here also once again I am using the, because as I said it is also type of cascaded amplifier. In cascaded amplifier, you are using the two stages are same, especially you are giving importance to the common emitter configuration. You are using the two common emitter amplifiers, and as I said yesterday, why you prefer common emitter amplifier? Because it is having more voltage gain, current gain, power gain. It means in your how you have used in your RC coupled two-stage amplifier using the two C amplifiers. Here also using the two C amplifiers. Only the small difference. As I said, you people, you are not using any coupling or you are not using any bypass capacitor. Remaining is as similar to your RC coupled amplifier. Now we go for the diagram. It is very simple because already you studied about the C amplifier. Only thing you have to remove them, or you are not connect any capacitors. You are not connecting any capacitor in between them, and you are using the common emitter configuration. And here this is nothing but your RE, and you are not connecting RL here. It means you get output here. Correct here RL. This is the V0. The load. This is nothing but V0. This is nothing but V. And here you are using common host V60. It may be your RC dash, which is your RE dash, which is RE, and this is your RC, this is your R1, this is your R2, and here you can connect directly. And here you are applying an input to the emitter base section. Is your base, emitter and collector. Similarly, emitter, base, and the collector. It means here you are applying the input Vi. So look here, as I said, people, you are not using any coupling capacitors. Also, not using any coupling here. Also, if you are using coupling capacitor in your RC coupler or in your normal C amplifier. In the input side, you are not having any coupling capacitor. Also, you are not having any output side as capacitor. Coupling capacitor, maybe here or here, you are not using any coupling capacitor. Also, you are not using any bypass capacitor for the first stage, or you are not using bypass for the second stage. And how it works. And first, you are right about construction. Actually, I said we are using the two NPN transistors, and you are using the first stage. And in the first stage, you are using R1, R2, RC that makes the biasing circuit. Also, that RE that makes the biasing circuit for the first stage. And what about second stage? How we can bias the second stage amplifier? That is very simple. You are using the second stage amplifier bias by using the base bias. It means the RC that acts as a biasing for the second stage. It means for the first stage, the R1, R2 and RC, especially you are using voltage over biasing. The R1, R2, RE, this RC that makes the biasing. And also for the first stage. For second stage, what is the biasing means? This RC that will give you as the biasing. It is also called base bias. The RC resistor that acts for the biasing for the second stage. And here we are using RE, that is for the stability of the Q point. And here you are measuring the output across the RL. Look here, one important thing. What I said, why it is called direct coupled means here in the input you are not using any capacitor. Also, you are not using any output as a capacitor. Especially why it is a direct coupled means the output of first stage is directly connected to the input for the second stage. That's why it is called as direct coupled. Only you are using a wire. You are not using any capacitor. You are not using any transformers. That's why it is called direct coupled. It means the output of first stage acts for the input next stage only by connecting one wire, or you can directly by connecting output to the input. That's why it is called as direct coupled. And how it works? It is very simple. You are applying the input to the first stage. You are applying the input to the first stage. And if you apply the input first stage, what happens? You are applying, as I said to people, you are applying very low frequency. And if you are applying the input, this input you are giving to the emitter base section of the first stage. This input is given to the emitter base section of the first stage, and it will be amplified. And amplified output will come across, get across the RC. And as I said to people, you are using the C amplifier, and you know C amplifier, the input and output are in the 180 out of phase. It means you are like that, you are giving the input, but you get output across like that. This is the output. We are getting the output like that. It means because of the property of C amplifier, the input and output are in the 180 out of phase. It means you are applying the input to the first stage. That input amplifier, an amplified signal will come out, will get across the collector of the first stage, and this output acts for the input for the second stage. And once again you are applying this output, you are giving some output, but this will add some voltage. This voltage acts for the second stage as input. Once again this is amplified, and amplified output will get across or come across the collector of the second stage, and this second stage output will directly connect to the R load. Here also you are not using any capacitor, and here also you are not using any capacitor. It means why it is called direct coupled amplifier. We are not using any capacitor. It may be coupling capacitor, or it may be the bypass capacitor. It means very simple. In your direct coupled amplifier, we are using two transistors. they are NPN transistor and also you are using two C amplifiers. Only the small change, you are not using any coupling or you are not using any bypass capacitors. Only the R1, R2, that is voltage divided by biasing, that makes the biasing for the first stage. But what about biasing for second stage? That RC, that is nothing but base bias, that is used for the base bias. That is for the your second stage. And as I said, you people, if you apply the input first stage, that input will be amplified and amplified output will come across the RC. I will get across the RC, and this output acts for the input for the second stage. And as we know, because of the property of C amplifier, the input or output are in the 180 degree out of phase. This output acts for the input of the next stage, and this will be once again amplified, the further amplified, and amplified output come across the second stage of the corrector, that is in phase. Because here also you have done the 2 times amplification. You have done the 2 times amplification. You are right about kV, the voltage again equal to the product of the individual units A1 into A2. Or you can write about the confusing, write about A total or A1 into A2. Or you can write about AV equal to AV1 into AV2. This is the point in simple way of working of 2-stage direct couple amplifier. Very simple. We are applying input first stage, that signal amplified, and amplified signal will get from the, we are applying some input, that input amplified, and amplified output will get from the corrector, and this output we take from the output from the corrector, and that output given to the second stage directly. You are not using any capacitor, you are not using any transformers, and once again this output will be further amplified, and amplified signal or output will get from the second stage of the corrector, and that is in phase, because you have done the 2 times the amplification. That's why we get the in phase. The input and output are in the same phase, only you have done the amplitude, you have strengthened the magnitude of the signal. That is about in simple way of your direct coupled 2-stage amplifier. No doubts. Now we go for the frequency response. The frequency response of your direct coupled amplifier. We go for the frequency response of the direct coupled amplifier. We go for the frequency response. Frequency response of your direct coupled amplifier. It is simple. Already you studied about this may be your yesterday when I said it is having the frequency response nothing but it is a graphical representation of the representation of the frequency versus voltage gain. It means you are studying about the frequency response. Means for different frequency, what is the voltage gain? That is given by the frequency response. It is also called as graphical representation of the frequency versus voltage gain. That is nothing but frequency response. And as you studied already about frequency response of C amplifier, and yesterday we discussed about the frequency response of your RC coupled 2-stage amplifier. What is the difference? What is the major difference about the direct coupled, or it may be your C amplifier and maybe your RC coupled amplifier? The thing is that you see the frequency response curve. The curve is so flat, it is so constant for low frequency as well as the mid-band frequency. But only the gain reduces for the high frequency. The thing is that, as I said, it is name indicates direct coupled amplifier. It is only used for the low frequency amplification signal. Why are you using the direct coupled amplifier? Only it is used for the low frequency amplification signals. That's why you see here for low frequency as well as the mid-band frequency, the gain will be constant. You see this curve is so flat for low frequency as well as for the mid-band frequency. Only the thing is that for high frequency gain reduces. And we may ask the question, how the gain will be constant for low frequency and why it is decreases for the high frequency? As we know, it may be RC coupled or it may be C amplifier. The thing is that low frequency and high frequency gain will be reduces or decreases. But here also the gain will be reduces or decreases for high frequency. But the thing is that for low frequency also gain will be constant. And why the low frequency gain will be constant? Or why it is allowing the low frequency signal? The thing is that, as I said, you people, for most important thing in your direct coupling, you are not using any capacitors. The very good reason, you are not using any bypass capacitor or you are not using any coupling capacitors. As you studied already, why the gain reduces for low frequency? Only because of your capacitors, especially the coupling and bypass capacitor. That is acts as a high reactance. Because of high reactance of your coupling and bypass capacitor, the gain will reduces. But as you are direct coupled amplifier, you are not using any bypass capacitor, you are not using any coupling capacitor. That's why the gain will be constant for low frequency. Why the gain will be constant for low frequency? The most important thing, you are not using any coupling capacitor. Also, you are not using any bypass capacitor. That's why the gain will be constant. If you are using coupling or bypass capacitor, then the low frequency gain will reduces because of the property capacitor that is having more reactance for low frequency, and gain will be reduces. And also, as we know about mid-band frequency, also gain will be constant. Why? Because the coupling capacitor, bypass capacitor, some capacitor acts as a short circuit, some capacitor acts as a open circuit, both will cancel, and in the mid-band it is no effect of the capacitor. That's why gain will be constant. And you may ask the question, why the high frequency gain will reduces? Why the high frequency gain will reduces? That is very simple. Because of the in high frequency, what happens? You are having the effect of your transient capacitance and also effect of your wiring. They are having very low reactance. That's why gain will be reduces. It means why the gain reduces for high frequency? Because as you know already, for high frequency your transient capacitance or your coupling capacitance will be very low, and this low reactance is in parallel with the RL. That's why all the voltage will drop across the current or voltage drop across the capacitor, nothing will drop across the load. That's why the voltage gain will be reduces. And yesterday I said about another important reason why the gain reduces for the high frequency, because of your capacitor acts as a short circuit, and because of short circuit that affect the loading effect of next stage, because you are using two stages. The loading effect of next stage also the gain will be reduces for the high frequency. No doubt for low frequency, why the gain constant? Because you are not using any coupling capacitor, you are not using any bypass capacitor. That's why the gain will be constant for low frequency. And in mid frequency, you are not having any capacitor, effect of capacitor not there in the mid band. But why only for high frequency the gain reduces? Because of for high frequency your capacitor acts as short circuit and will get that is having the effect of loading effect. And another way of another important thing is about your transient capacitance, you are not having any couple because in this direct couple you are not using any coupling or bypass capacitance. But the transient capacitance and varying capacitance is also there. That is because of the transistors. The transition capacitance and varying capacitance is there, and that acts as a very low reactance. This low reactance is in parallel with the RL. That's why the current and voltage drop across the capacitor, nothing will, or very small current and voltage drop across the RL. That's why the gain reduces for the low frequency. This is about in simple way of your frequency response for your direct coupled amplifier. Now we'll go for finally what are the advantages and disadvantages of your direct coupled amplifier, and finally what are the applications. The most important advantage of your direct coupled amplifier, it is very cheap. It is very cheap. Very cheap, and also it is a very simple circuit. It is a very simple circuit. It is not complicated circuit. It is very simple circuit. It is very cheap, and it is not very costly because you are using only resistors, and also it is having very lightweight, and it will take very small space. It occupies very small space. One important advantage is about it is very cheap because you are not using any capacitor, you are not using any transformers, and it is having very lightweight, and it will take or it will occupy very small space. Second advantage. Third advantage, it is only used for the low frequency amplification. Whenever you want to amplify low frequency, you are using for the direct coupled amplifier. It is very good for the low frequency signals, and finally you are not using any bypass, or you are not using any coupling capacitor. These are the advantages of your direct coupled amplifier. One thing, it is very cheap. Second one, it is very simple to construct, and it will have a lightweight, and it will occupy very small space. And third thing, it is used for the amplification of low frequency signals. And the fourth one, we are not using any. The circuit is very simple or compact because it is very easy to fabricate in ICs because you are not using any capacitor, or you are not using any transformers. That is about the advantages. What about disadvantages? Disadvantages is about it is not possible to amplify the high frequency signal. It is not possible to amplify the high frequency signal. It is not possible to amplify the high frequency signals. That is one important drawback, and also it is having the drawback of it is not having good temperature stability. It is not having the temperature stability. It means if the temperature variation will take place, they may shift to a Q point. Q point is not stable. For your direct coupled amplifier, the Q point is not stable. Why it is not stable? Because it is in your direct couple, it is not temperature is not stable. The temperature is not stable. That also one disadvantage of your direct coupled amplifier. One disadvantage, it is not possible to high frequency signals. It is not possible to amplify the high frequency signals, and it is having the very poor temperature stability. If the variation temperature, they may shift to a Q point. This is about the disadvantages of your direct coupled amplifier. Finally, what are the applications where you are using your direct coupled amplifier? The first important thing, you are using in your regulator and DC power supply. Applications. First one, in your regulators and power supplies. DC power supply. You are using in power supply or regulators, or it is also used for the pulse amplifier. It is used for the pulse amplifier. It is also used in your differential amplifier, or it is also used in your op amp. It is used in your operational amplifiers because as we know, what is op amp? It is a directly coupled high gain multi-stage amplifier. It means the most important application of direct coupled, it is using in op amp. Also it is using your analog computers. It is using in your analog computers. Analog computers. These are the applications you are using in your regulators and power supplies. You are using power transformer, or you are using op amp, or you are using in your difference amplifiers. Finally, you are using about analog computers. These are the applications of your direct coupler. And finally, we go for the last thing about this topic. That is very simple. What are the comparison? As was already compared about power amplifiers. Also, you compared about single stage amplifiers. It may be common base, it may be common collector, it may be common emitter. What are the comparison? Similarly, what are comparison for your power amplifiers? It may be class A, class B, class AB, and class C. And today we'll go for finally in this topic. It is very big topic and also interesting topic. That's why maybe I have taken so much of classes. And finally go for the comparison of all the coupling amplifiers. It may be comparison of multi-stage amplifiers, or I can say comparison of coupling amplifiers. Comparison of all the comparison of multi-stage amplifiers. Multi-stage amplifiers. As we know about you have done the comparison. First one is RC coupled. And the second one is about transformer coupled. Transformer coupled. And finally about direct coupled. Look here, the first important thing about the frequency response. The frequency response. As we know, the frequency response is very excellent for audio frequency for the RC coupled. It is excellent for the audio frequency. And as we know, it is very poor. The frequency response is very poor for the transformer coupled. And this good for as we know about for the low frequency. The frequency response is good for the low frequency. It is very good for the transformer coupled, and it is very excellent for the audio frequency. That is the comparison of RC coupled, transformer coupled, and direct coupled. What about cost? Cost. It is cheap, or you can say it is very least or small, and it is very more, I think low. It is very low cost. It is more, it is least. It is very least. And size and weight. Size and the weight. The size and the weight. Yes, as you know, it is very low weight. It also more weight. It is having the least. And what about the important thing about impedance matching? The impedance matching. Impedance matching, that is very poor. The impedance matching very poor, and it is excellent finally about the uses. What is the important use of your RC converter? It is used for the audio frequency amplification. It is also used for the uses. Can write about uses for voltage amplification. For voltage, this is for the power amplification, and this is for the low frequency. It means what are the applications or uses of RC coupler? It is used for the voltage amplification. It is also used for the audio frequency amplification. And what about transformer coupler? It is used for the power amplification. It is for power amplification, and it is also used for the high frequency amplification. The transformer coupled amplifier is used for the high frequency. It is also used for the power amplification. In the same way, for direct coupled, it is used for the low frequency amplification. These are the comparison of your RC coupled, transformer coupled, and also about the direct coupled. Once again, I repeat, very simple. The mass for question exam for 3 marks, 5 marks, compare all the different types of coupling amplifiers: RC coupled, transformer coupled, and direct coupled. The first important thing, frequency response very excellent for the audio frequency signals for the RC coupled. It is very poor for the transformer coupled frequency. It is very poor for the transformer coupled amplifier, and it is very good for the direct coupled because for low frequency it is very good for the frequency response of your direct coupled amplifier. And cost is very low for RC coupled. It is very more for transformer, very least for the direct, because as I said here, are using any capacitor, are not using any transformers. And size also very small size. It is very more size. It is very small or least size about your direct coupled. And finally about impedance matching, it is very poor for the RC. That is the drawback of RC coupled. The impedance matching very poor, but impedance matching is very excellent for transformer coupled. That is very good for direct coupled. And finally about uses. As in your RC coupled, it is used for the audio frequency amplification. It is also used for voltage amplification. But the transformer coupled amplifier is used for the high frequency signal, and is also used for your power amplification. And finally about direct coupled, it is only used for the low frequency amplification. This is about today's class, and you are completed so big and interesting and important topic, that is about the transistor amplifiers. And in the next class we go for the problems on this, because one problem is fixed in our exam, that is carries 5 marks. We will go for in the next class we go for the you solve some problems and related to the transistor amplifiers. Thank you.